Well, hello everyone. My name is Chiranjeevi and welcome to my structural design pattern video tutorial series part 3. And in this video, we will basically be covering the composite design pattern. We'll take a look at the definition, the UML diagram, the problem it is trying to solve, along with a code example. So let's quickly dive into what is a composite design pattern. So according to the definition, it's a structural design pattern which we know already, and it lets you compose objects in a tree structure and allow clients to work with these objects as if these were individual objects. So, well, it's a little tricky to imagine the composition of objects as trees and managing all these client and allowing the client to work with all these objects as if they were individual objects. So let me just describe a similar example. So as you can see in the first image, we are displaying some black boxes uh, along with the heading of the video. So in composite design pattern, so let's say you might have a scenario where you want to use some of the objects which are embedded inside the same object and are of same types and support a same type of operation. So let's say you have a gift box. All right, so a gift box can have a gift as well as another gift box which is put inside that gift box. So as you can see here, we have some boxes. So these boxes can have separate products, or this box can also contain a smaller box or a set of small box which in turn contain a product or a set of smaller box. So you see, right, there is a kind of similarity in the behavior. There is a kind of similarity in the structure and the way you want to implement this in code. Let's say you want to unwrap this box, right? So unwrapping of the box will not depend whether the box is a parent box or a child box. The unwrap will behave in a similar way. But let's say you are unwrapping a parent and let's say you find a leaf and there are two other boxes. So what you want to do is to delegate the call of unwrap to the other two boxes which are present in the interface, and so on and so on and so on until you open all the boxes inside this. This seems a little bit tricky because as soon as you start coding it, you will have to deal with the container boxes and the containing boxes in a very different way. To solve this problem, what uh, people suggested in Gang of Four is like you have a separate common interface which will expose all the operations you want to perform on the box, basically, be it a leaf node or be it a composite. So by here leaf mean that it's not a box, it's actually the content of the box and you want to perform some operation on that. And you can also add the composite itself, the box, which contains, again, may contain some boxes inside or some products. So that's what we want to do. So we will expose all the functionalities in a component interface, and all this leaf and composites will derive from this component interface. And this composite will have a list of components which will have which will create a tree kind of structure where each composite has a list of components and each composite in the list of that component has again a list of components, and so on and so on and so on. So this actually creates a tree kind of structure. And when you actually invoke the operation on a composite, it's actually quite interesting to see how this composite will iterate over all the composites and invoke their uh, operation, which is already defined here. And this will recursively call every other operation in all the components present inside the composite. So yeah, this seems a little bit tricky at once, but once we see a coding example, it will be very clear to you. So let's go into the coding example now. Alright guys, so I have already created a coding example. So I will walk you through each of the pieces one by one, and we will map our coding example with this UML diagram, and we will create a small demo on how this works. Okay, so the interface which we will be defining in this example, we will be mapping it to the component interface we have seen here in the UML diagram, which has all the operations which we want to handle in a separate way. So let's go to the code, and here you see I have named the interface surprise box. So whatever is inheriting this interface, that will also be a type of surprise box, and it will have all the operations I will define in this interface. So to start with, let's define one method which we'll call unwrap, and every surprise box you at least need to unwrap it, right? And the way you unwrap a surprise box will not change, and you will always call unwrap to unwrap the surprise box. The other is a leaf one, and let's go to our gift class, and you see here, right, gift class implements the surprise box. So let's give it some behaviors. So let's first give our gift a name. So we'll say private string name. Let's name it to gift name. Now let's also initialize this gift with a name provided in the constructor, and let's set this name to gift name. We will also implement the unwrap method which we got when we extended this implemented this interface called surprise box. So let's go ahead and do that. So we'll say unwrap, and here let's just say system.out.println unwrapping gift, and followed by a gift name. Alright guys, so whenever you unwrap the gift, this will display a message which will say unwrapping this gift and followed by the gift name. So that's it for the leaf class which we saw here. Let's go and let's code our composite class. So in this code example, I have named our composite class as gift surprise box, and this is a surprise box which is actually wrapped in a gift foil, and you can actually unwrap this and it will have certain amount of embedded gifts inside it. So let's have a array list of gifts. So we will say array list of surprise box, and let's name the surprise boxes. Let's also create a constructor for this class, and what we will do in this constructor is initialize this surprise boxes to this new array list. Now let's add some more methods to actually add to this surprise boxes and remove from this surprise boxes. So let's quickly go and define the add method, and what we will do is this will take a surprise box which we call box, and this will add it to the surprise boxes, and we will say add.box. Let's also add a remove method which will do remove from the surprise box, and this will also take an instance from the surprise box, and this will say this dot surprise boxes dot remove the box. Now we are almost done with coding the composite. The only thing which we need to implement is the unwrap method which we get when we extend this implement this surprise box interface. So our interface method is unwrap. So what we will do inside this unwrap is for each of the surprise boxes, so let's say surprise boxes for each, what we will do is we'll call the unwrap of the surprise box. So let's say surprise box dot unwrap. So this is actually a method reference which will pass which will call the unwrap method for each of the surprise box in this array list. This is actually a Java 8 syntax. If you're not familiar with method references, for now just assume that for each object it will call this unwrap method inside the surprise box class. So now we are done with coding our gift surprise box, and let's go to our client demo to actually code the example and see it in action. So we'll go to our client demo class, and let's Let's create some gift boxes. So let's create our first gift surprise box. We'll call this gift box, and let's say gift box. So this initializes the array list inside the box. Now let's add one more gift surprise box, which will be the child of this box, and we will say sub gift box. We'll also initialize this gift surprise box. Let's create some cool gifts for our little brothers. We'll say gift is equal to new gift, and let's name this gift a toy car. Also, let's create one more gift. We'll say gift 2, and we will say new gift, and we will say toy plane. Yeah, but the way we will pack this is we will have this root gift box which will have a toy car, and this sub gift box which will have a toy plane. Okay, so let's correct this, and we will put this sub gift box into the gift box, and when we call the unwrap of this gift box, all this toys should be unboxed. So let's add, so we'll say gift box dot add, let's add a gift there, and we'll say sub gift box dot add, let's add gift 2 there. Now let's add sub gift box to this gift box class. So let's say gift box dot add, and we'll pass our sub gift box. So our composite is built now. Now if we want to unwrap this, what we'll call is the unwrap method on the root gift box, and it will unwrap all the internal gift boxes whatever is present inside. It will also unbox all the composites and call the unwrap on each of the object inside the composite. So let's say gift box, which is our root gift box, let's say dot unwrap. Now this should unwrap our toy car and a toy plane. So let's run this code. And as you see, it first called the toy car, then it went inside the sub gift box, then it checked for all the gifts which are present inside this sub gift box, and then it also went ahead and unwrapped those gifts also. So yeah, that's it with the composite design pattern. We saw how to implement this in Java using our coding example. So if you have any queries, you can ask it in the comments. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next one with the decorate pattern. Thank you.